going. Lit up like Fort Knox in here, but moved myself over this side of the shed, vacuumed the joint up, and getting ready. Got a cam and a crankshaft and a set of caps there. Gonna throw them in the 318. Yeah, let's do it. All right, so the crank's in, pistons and rods are ready to go. The as soon as I bolted the cam retainer plate on, I realised cam was locked solid again, because I mustn't have been pushing it all the way back when I was test fitting it. So yeah, cam had to come back out, and then more off of the rear bearing, and then go right through washing it all over again. And yeah, anyway, so let's put the pistons and rods in. So there she is, boys. Poly pistons back in the block. I thought, while I'm waiting on a timing set to come in the post, thought I'd just throw this one on and see if it's right, and it's exactly where I want it. It's a comp cam 280H comp hydraulic Magnum cam, and they got 4 degrees ground into the shaft, and I wanted it a bit more because I'm running a standard converter. This cam realistically wants a 2500 converter, and so I decided I'm gonna get a 9 keyway set sent in the post. Now I don't need it because this thing's already got an extra 2 degrees in it, just dot to dot. It's 2 degrees up, so in at 104, and yeah, that's exactly where I wanted it. So 110 lobe centers, so yeah, installed at 104. Oh, just means I'm not waiting waiting for something to come in the post now. Before I pull this apart and throw the chain tensioner in it, I better check piston to valve clearance. It's 6 degrees advanced, so I better check it out, Best thing about this too, I can check without a head gasket, see if the head sits down on the block. Jammed bloody car. Yeah, there it is, seated all the way home. So, the dowels aren't stopping it. It's not resting on the dowels or nothing. It's sitting all the way home. So that's good. Starting to work a few things, try and play with it, see where everything's happening. Having a look on the CompCam's website, and they say it opens, inlet opens at 34 degrees. So the industry standard is once you've established 6th hour lift, then you go, that's where your duration effectively starts. So we've got 2.5 degrees advanced, which is exactly what we were calculating earlier. Inlet valve opens at 34 degrees according to comp cams. This is 36.5. And yeah, clearance is still good there. Only we're miles with 36 degrees before top dead center. So anyhow, yeah, I'll wind it through and muck around with a bit more. Righto, so here we are. You can see that's up on the lobe there. This is background to 0. That's actually 100th hour lift. So it's 100th hour lobe lift, and we got 100th hour clearance. So it's got no head gaskets. That's 140, but it's got 100th hour there, 100th hour here. Yeah, that's nowhere near enough. Well, it's not even clearance. There's just, yeah, that'd just bend the valves if you ever actually ran that. So what I might do is I'll run through the exhaust. I'll swap the pushrod and lifter into the exhaust, and then I might be able to just wait, see if I can get the I'll see if the 9 keyway set comes in the post, and then once the 9 keyway set comes in the post, if there's enough exhaust clearance, I might be able to just retard the cam, which is absolutely not what I want to do. But it's kind of a slapper build. I kind of just want to get it together. So I don't know. I'll see how I go. I basically just want to build it with the parts I've got. See how it goes. All right, cool. So check the exhaust, check the inlet, piston and valve clearance on these. On the exhaust side, this is it's perfect actually. So new plan. Take this cam out, put the stock cam back in, check piston and valve clearance again to determine if we can find a middle ground. Original cam's back in, found TDC, obviously degree wheels on, found TDC. I'll go and re-clean the head. I'll clean the head back up again, put the valves back in it, put the head on, or check for piston and valve clearance. Heads on with a gasket. Got it 10 degrees before top dead center there, and inlet valve's got 6 thou, so that's officially intake open by the industry standard. 10 degrees before top dead center the inlet opens, so that's a very, very mild cam. Anyway, let's see what you've got. TDC 18th hour. So that's 10 degrees after top dead center. We've got, can't see that, it's 36th hour lobe lift. Come on, man. Come on, focus. There it is, yeah, 36th hour lobe lift, which equates to not that much, 50 something valve lift, which still gives us about 100, piston to valve clearance. So that's, even that means I can't step up much in cam. That means I've got a fly cutter, but these heads have got nice bronze guides in them, and I don't want to wear the guides out cutting fly cuts in the pistons, because my fly cutter, you just put it in your normal guide and touch up the, like put the drill on the back here, and just until you got enough until you've got enough piston to valve clearance, or until you got enough deep enough fly cut in your piston. But I don't want to wear out these good guides, because these heads are pretty good, with a 5-angle valve job, and they got all sorts. The more I look at them, the more I like these heads. But I'll have to chase up a friend and see if I can get another head to use. Here we have a loner 318 head. And so I've got the inlet guides. It's the inlet. It's the inlet that's shorter piston to valve clearance. So I got the inlet valves out of it. Borrowed this off a mate. Big cheerio to Buck the Atlas. He's just started his own YouTube channel. Check it out if you're into old motorbike restos. Check out Buck the Atlas. I'll put a link in the description. But cheerio to Buck for loaning me a 318 head to use. Alright. Valve relief. Not very deep, but piston's not very thick. So, that's what we get. Righto, so if you're doing this yourself, something I found was the keyless chuck on the old drill was a real pain. Chuck with a key is heaps easier. And vacuum cleaner in the spark plug hole. Bingo. Well, yeah, that's a good start. Yeah, starting to get a few little cuts in my pistons. Right, this looks a little bit cockeyed on that side. So I've been cutting anti-clockwise and clockwise, so yeah. Excuse me. But yeah. So, right hand bank are all good, but I'm just not quite happy with 1 and 7. I mean, you can see here, just still a little bit lopsided. So I'm going to go back over 1 and 7. I mean, the left hand bank, I was just sort of getting used to this cutter, getting used to what drill speeds I need and so on and so forth. I guess I perfected the right hand bank, but touch up the left hand bank 1 and 7 and call it good. Got my new cam. I don't know if you can see. Hang on. It's so the cam that I've had that I'm mucking around with is where are you? So this thing's 268 280. The other one's 280 280. 230 at 50 and 480 lift. This is a little bit smaller on the inlet side, so Should be apples and pears. And this, as they say, this is the biggest cam with a standard converter, so should be fine. Well, that brand new comp cam. Started cleaning some of the lobes up with a bit of carby cleaner. Rust on one of the journals. Yep, brand new comp cam pulled out of the box. Start cleaning it, and that's what you find. Keep into it. Righto, new cam's here, washed up, all ready to go. Block has no camshaft. Let's throw it together. Well, new cam's in. Let's do piston. Let's dial the cam in. Do piston valve clearance. Righto. Piston valve clearance is good with the old chain on it. So the old chain, for some reason, with this cam, just lined it up dot to dot, and it worked out 4 degrees advance, which is supposed to be already into the cam, already ground in. So I don't know what happened. The old one, that extra 2 degrees that was showing up on the old one might be ground into the cam for some reason. But anyway, long story short, I'm going to try the double roller 9 keyway set. It came in the mail, so try it on now. Because I do, even this cam, this is the largest cam with a stock converter, but they suggest at least a 2100 or 2200 in a 318. They say it'll work with a stock converter in a 340, 360, but needs a bit of converter in the smaller motor. So I'll advance it a couple of degrees, 2, maybe 4, see how I go with the piston valve clearance, but advance it up to give it a bit more bottom end. That's the plan. Well, I'm pretty well happy with this, pretty well got it done. Wish I had done the piston valve clearance on the well, before I dismantled it, but yeah, bit of a headache now because I've got to pull all the pistons and rods out to clean all the swarf and chips out around the rings. But I think I'll end this video here. Next video will be final assemble and paint, and then I'll do the trans. But man, this has been a frustrating. Oh mate, I've never ever put this much time into a motor that makes so little power. This is only going to be 300 horse. I've spent, well, this has been a month, and it's not even finished yet. So anyway, talk to me in the comments, won't you? Yeah, and I'll keep into this thing. and make another video. Alrighty, catches.